Let's read source 7 of the Colonial Women Investigation. It's titled Remember the Ladies by Abigail Adams. But first, let's remind ourselves of the central question. That's the purpose for reading this source. Was there a common experience for women in colonial North America? Now, let's start reading the source. Let's start with the attribution to find out where the source comes from. Adapted excerpt from a letter from Abigail Adams to John Adams, written March 31, 1776. Available online at this URL. Now, let's go to the head note to find out more details about the source. Abigail Adams, 1744 to 1818, wrote this letter to her husband, John Adams, in March 1776, just a few months before he signed the Declaration of Independence. Abigail Adams was well educated and wrote to her husband often to offer support, political ideas, and advice. She believed that women should have more legal rights, including the right to divorce and own property. Okay, now we're ready to go into the source itself. Let's read Abigail Adams' letter. Abigail Adams to John Adams. Braintree, March 31, 1776. I long to hear that you have declared independence. And by the way, in the new code of laws, which I suppose it will be necessary for you to make, I desire you would remember the ladies, and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors. Do not put such unlimited power into the hands of the husbands. Remember, all men would be tyrants, which means bullies, if they could. If particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to start a rebellion, and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice or representation. That your sex are naturally tyrannical, which means oppressive, is a truth so thoroughly established that no one can dispute it. Men of sense in all ages hate those customs which treat us only as the lower rank of your sex. Regard us then as beings placed by fate under your protection, and in imitation of the Supreme Being, make use of that power only for our happiness.